Jnanakosha Vedas Atharvana Veda by pact.
ॐ गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपवज्रवत्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणान् ब्रह्मणस्पतः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः
Atharvana Veda based Upanishads, Prashna Upanishad. Here is the Upanishad. Om, O gods, may we hear auspicious words with the ears. While engaged in sacrifices, may we see auspicious things with the eyes. While praising the gods with steady limbs, may we enjoy a life that is beneficial to the gods. May Indra of ancient fame be auspicious to us. May the supremely rich Pusa, god of the earth, be propitious to us. May Garuda, the destroyer of evil, be well disposed towards us. May Brihaspati ensure our welfare. Om, peace, peace, peace. Atharvana Veda based Upanishads. Prashna Upanishad. The Prashna Upanishad is an ancient Sanskrit text embedded inside Atharva Veda ascribed to Pippalada Sakha of Vedic scholars. It is a Mukhya Upanishad and is listed as number 4 in the Muktika canon of 108 Upanishads of Hinduism. The Prashna Upanishad contains 6 prashnas, questions, and each is a chapter with a discussion of answers. The chapters end with the phrase Prashna Prativaknam, which literally means thus ends the answer to the question. In some manuscripts discovered in India, the Upanishad is divided into 3 adhyayas, chapters, with a total of 6 khandas. The first 3 questions are profound metaphysical questions but do not contain any defined philosophical answers, are mostly embellished mythology and symbolism. The 4th section, in contrast, contains substantial philosophy. The last 2 sections discuss the symbol Om and moksha concept. Prashna Upanishad is notable for its structure and sociological insights into the education process in ancient India. The Upanishad is also known as the Prashna Upanishad. In some historical Indian literature and commentaries, it is also called Shat Prashna Upanishad. What are the prashnas? Ethics before education in ancient schools. The opening verses of Prashna Upanishad describe students who arrive at a school seeking knowledge about Brahman, ultimate reality, universal soul. They ask sage Pippalada to explain this knowledge. He does not start providing answers for their education, but demands that they live with him ethnically first. To them, then the Rishi sage said, "Dwell with me a year with tapas, with brahmacharya, with shraddha, faith. Then ask what questions you will. If we know, we will tell you all." The second interesting part of the answer is the implicit admission by the teacher with "if we know," that he may not know the answer, and thus acknowledging a sense of skepticism and humility into the process of learning. The first prashna: how did life begin? 8 years later, sage Pippalada is asked the first question: when are living beings created? Prajapati did tapas, heat, meditative penance, austerity, and created 2 principles: Riya, matter, feminine, and Prana, spirit, masculine, thinking that these together will couple to produce for me creatures in many ways. Second prashna: what is a living being? The second prashna starts with 3 questions. How many devas, gods, deities, powers uphold a living being? How many manifest their power? thus, and who is the best. The question is significant because it explicitly expresses God's to be residing in each living being and in nature to support life. Sage Pipalada opens the answers to the three questions by listing five gross elements, five senses, and five organs of action as expression of deities. What is the nature of man and how is it so? Third Prashna. The third Prashna of the Upanishads asks six questions. Whence is life born? When born, how does it come into the body? When it has entered the body, how does it abide? How does it go out of the body? How does life interface its relations with nature and senses? How does life interface with self? Sage Pipalada states that these questions are difficult, and given the student's past curiosities about Brahman, he explains saying, from the Atman, soul is born this life. Life enters the body. It governs the body by delegating work to other organs, each specialized to do its own work, independent of the other powers, just like a king commands his ministers to govern functions in the villages in his kingdom. Fourth Prashna. What establishes man? The first three Prashnas of the Upanishad focus on cause and effect of the transient, empirical, manifested world. The fourth through sixth Prashna of the Upanishad focus on the nature of soul, that which is unchanging and independent of cause, of proof, and is self-evident. The fourth Prashna lists five questions. What sleeps in man? What is awake therein when he sleeps? Which deva, god, deity, organ in man is it that sees the dreams? What is it in man that experiences happiness? On what is all this founded? The Prashna Upanishad begins the answer with a simile to state the background of extant theory before offering its own explanations. There is a deep sleep state, states the Upanishad, where impressions end and the mind too sleeps without impressions, and this is the complete state of mind, relaxation of body, happiness. It is he who beholds, touches, hears, smells, tastes, perceives, thinks, reasons, conceives, acts, whose essence is knowledge. The self, his foundation and dwelling, is the supreme, indestructible soul. The Prashna Upanishad answers that happiness and bliss in man is this established calm state of knowing and dwelling in the Atman, the spiritual state of truth, beauty, and goodness. What is meditation and why meditate is the fifth Prashna. The Prashna Upanishad opens the fifth section with the question, if a human being sincerely meditated on the symbol Om until his death, what would he obtain by it? The section then asserts that one meditates to know soul, self, Atma Brahman, then metaphorically presents the different levels of meditation, the levels of knowledge gained, and the consequent effect on the person of such meditation is in this and after life. The Upanishad asserts that there are three levels of soul knowledge, the lowest level being partial from meditating on the first letter of that is A. This leads to a quick rebirth, but with ethical strength and consequently greatness. The intermediate level of self-knowledge is akin to meditating on two letters of and is A and O. The intermediate level of self-knowledge leads the man to gain ethical behavior and the world of manas, moon, mind. He first enjoys the heavenly life and thereafter is reborn to the world of man. The person who meditates on all aspects of self, that is, all three syllables, reaches full self knowledge, is liberated from all suffering, sin, and fears, reaches the world of Brahman, such as a man beholds the soul as universal, pervading in all creatures and eternal. The Prashna Upanishad symbolically likens the three states of knowledge to sets of three being awake, dream sleep, and deep sleep. Three pronunciations, Tara, Mandra, and Madhyama. True but high tone, unclear but pleasant bass tone, perfect middle tone, that is pleasant and true respectively. What is immortal in man? Sixth Prashna. The sixth Prashna in the Upanishad opens with a story of a prince visiting one of the students and asking, "Where is the person with 16 parts?" The student confesses he does not know with the ethical percept, answering with untruth. When one does not know, the answer is wrong. The student asks sage Pipalada the same question. The sage answers, states the Upanishad, that he and every human being has 16 parts. This answer is significant because more ancient texts of the Vedic era, such as the Samhitas, refer to Prajapati, the Lord of creation, as Sodasin, which literally means the one with 16 parts. Man implies the sixth Prashna of the Upanishads is created in Prajapati's image and internally Lord of creation. The section states soul is immortal. Self-knowledge, the knowledge of Brahman, is the highest knowledge, state the closing verses of Prashna Upanishad.